everybody. I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes just to let some people come in. Oops. Okay. I think I almost canceled it. Am I still live? Say hi if you're here. I've been having issues with this morning. All right. I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes, let some more people come and join. Hello, Lee. Hello, Francisco. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be speaking and doing my best to watch the chat, as I want to hear what everyone has to say, kind of what everyone's going through right now, what everyone's experiencing. So just wait about another minute or so. Please feel free to let me know how everything's going today, how it's been this last week, how it's been since Christmas. I mean, there's no limit. There's a lot going on right now. So, hello, Eddie. Hello, Jackson. Thank you guys for joining. All right, I think we'll start. So, Ascension Symptoms. I know there's many people who understand what these are and why they're happening, but there's many who don't. And there's many that, if you understand, we can help and we can share our knowledge and spread it to the world, because this is worldwide now. You know, it's not just the star seeds and the light workers, the way showers. You know, we were sent ahead of time, right, to prepare for this time. So let's start. So Ascension Symptoms, number 1. I shared a post on this earlier. I just printed it out for ease to go through them. If you have any comments or anything you want to discuss as I'm talking, please feel free to chat. I will do my best to watch the chat at the same time. All right, number 1, feeling as though you are in a pressure cooker or in intense energy, feeling stress. Remember, you are adjusting to a higher vibration and you will eventually adjust. Old patterns, behaviors, and beliefs are also being pushed to the surface. There is a lot going on inside of you right now. As much as one thing I've noticed for myself, I could physically not be doing a lot some days, especially during 2020 and near the end. But yet somehow I felt energetically exhausted, just wiped, feeling like I had done a million things, but in reality, physically, I didn't have proof to show that. You know, it's like, well, this didn't get done and this didn't get done. However, energetically, there is so much happening inside of you. There are so many energies right now, then they're going into your blood, right? Our blood is our life, our lifeline. And within our blood, there is so many receptors and so much locked information that's in there. And these symptoms, these energies that are coming and these symptoms that we are getting are a lot of these old energy or old ancient knowledge, ancient truths, ancient beliefs, ancient knowing kind of unlocking, right, as we go. So we'll go on to number 2. I'm going to read a few of them and then I will talk more about them. A feeling of disorientation, not knowing where you are, a loss of a sense of place. You are not in the 3D anymore, as you have moved you are in the process of moving into the higher realms. So being interdimensional beings, as we are, we're constantly, every second, it's like a flip screen projector, right? Every second, we're shifting and experiencing many dimensions at once. That is why we are able to walk. So as you think, move, you are going through 30 dimensions in one action just to accomplish it. So it can feel disorientating. I know time can feel very weird lately. Some days feel super long, but at the end of the day, it's like, where did the day go, right? Where did it go? What happened to the day? And hello everybody who's joining. And then we can just wonder, like, where did the day go? What happened? You know, sometimes I have moments of disorientation. For me, the majority of these symptoms I experienced in 2020, as I'm sure the majority of you have. And for the ones that know this information, I'll repeat it again, share it. Because the world right now, they are in, many don't know what's going on. They have no idea. And regardless of whether or not you believe in this, it's happening. So people are going to be very confused. You may be feeling very confused. There's days where there is so much energy and so much information being downloaded into your brain, into your spinal cord, your nervous system, your blood, your organs, your etheric body, your chakras. So everything. So that's why we can tend to feel overloaded often. So if you are experiencing that, just know that you are not alone, and know that there are many, many people experiencing this right now, and it's a world revolution. It's powerful, it's amazing. However, it can also be very, very, very heavy. If you read my post on the sword, I actually had a vision of that, and I was shown how we are the swords, right? And how all these experiences are for something, right? Sometimes we can wonder, well, what is this all for? Or we can lose hope, right? In the day, and it can come as fast as it leaves, and it can come back as fast as it leaves. You know, it's nothing's certain right now. There's so much going on. Unusual aches and pains throughout different parts of your body. Again, this is older energy, old beliefs, old traumas that sit within us, that we most of the time just don't know what to do with them, or we've never been taught how to handle these. So when they come up, mental illness, urgent, you know, need meds, better go see my doctor. And, you know, if that's what you need to do, I mean, do what you need to do. Trust yourself in whatever way that looks, you know, no matter what it is, you know, as long as you are taking care of yourself, that's the main thing. And being gentle, because we are going through, we're purging a lot of old relationships, childhood trauma, okay? Even if you had the greatest childhood, okay, you could have had everything you ever needed, all right? However, as children and coming into a world of duality, we incarnate here with big hearts, big open souls, and a lot of innocence. So when we come here, we tend to forget. We always forget who we are. And it's a process of remembering who you are and unlearning who you weren't meant to be, who you were taught to be and told to be. So this is the process of purging. This is the Ascension Symptoms. This is what's coming up. And it's coming up because it's giving you a chance to say, hey, can I acknowledge this? 1 second. Hey, Google, turn volume to 3. Sorry. I know this happened last time too. My speaker wants to do its own thing. All right, so waking in the night, weird sleep. I know even for me and for many others, I could be so tired, yet I'm not sleeping. Or I could lay there for hours and I'm not sleeping. So, and then when I do fall asleep, I awake every 10 minutes, or I find I'm waking up feeling like I'm very busy in my sleep. You know, just feeling exhausted when I wake up. Like, what happened? Why am I not sleeping? Or feeling very just unrested, exhausted. You know, make sure you're drinking lots of water. I know everybody says that, but water. Your body is made of water. You know, we are the elements. We are the 4 elements incarnated, right? And the 5th one is ether, that's spirit, right? But we are fire, water, earth, and air. Those are what creates us, you know? So drink as much water as you can. Take baths. You know, if you're feeling out of sorts and unsure, take a bath, go into nature, ground. I know, again, many people say that. If you can't, that's okay. You can ground at any time. At any time. You can ask for assistance, and you will get it. Ask and you shall receive. There are so many beings of light and galactic races that are here to help us right now. You know, we don't see them, again, because they're interdimensional. We are interdimensional, and we will sense the interdimensional even if we don't see it with our physical eyes. Your body is perceiving it, and your mind is trying to make sense of it. Now, there will be some parts that you can make sense with your mind. However, being out of your mind, move into the body, let the mind relax for a bit, let it sit, observe it, be cautious of it, watch it, guard it. You protect that mind and those thoughts, because your thoughts are mirrors. What you think comes back. And I understand that that's hard. It's very hard when we're feeling lower emotions, anxiety. Anxiety, huge one. People who've never experienced anxiety before are all of a sudden experiencing anxiety. People who experienced it at a young age and, you know, it overcame it, it's coming back. And it's coming back because, one, energetically, it's just intense. It is intense. It's another reason why you must be gentle with yourself. And sorry guys, I said I would be watching the chat. Okay. Hello everyone. And yes, we are all one. So that is the ultimate truth. However, yes, we can say that, and it's another thing to get to that conclusion. However, it's about the self. It's about the self. You know, I talked about paving paths before. And as you move through these ascension symptoms as well, you are also creating paths. Because again, these symptoms are happening worldwide. And many people don't know what's going on. This is not something that has happened before. This has never been attempted. And what we are going through is one of the biggest galactic ascensions known. It is never, a biological ascension has never been done. Meaning the human body is going to ascend at the same time as the mind. You know, we're moving in to the fifth dimension. It's already here. So anything that's not of vibration, that's in a lower frequency, is going to become more intense. And it's becoming more intense. It's not becoming more intense to punish you. Yes, I understand it feels heavy. And I've had days, weeks in my time where I thought I was literally going crazy. I thought, how much more? One more day and I think I'm going to lose my mind, you know? And then there was days where I thought, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to be on this earth, you know? And those days are okay. You know, many people will say, stay positive, stay focused. And yes, you must. But at the same time, you also need to address what's coming up, because if it's coming up for a reason. Things cannot trigger you if they don't already first exist within you. So what this is doing, these triggers, these awful emotions, or memory loss, seeing and hearing things, dreams. I don't know if you guys have been having crazy dreams. But the one thing I know is that denial of what is just causes so much resistance. Accept what is. If you are anxious, if you feel like you are too tired today to do anything, trust that. But when you do that, don't feel bad about it. Make a choice. If you need rest, rest. But don't feel bad about it, because you will not get rested. It's feeling bad for feeling bad. And when you feel bad for feeling bad, you're missing the original reason you felt bad. Because you're too busy feeling bad about feeling bad. All right? So move back. Go within. Slow the mind down. Okay? You don't need to figure it all out right now. It's okay if you don't understand it. It's okay if there's confusion. I mean, there's going to be confusion because so many things that we have been taught to learn, to be, to do, to act, right, go against who we actually are. So what's happening now is your true self is coming to the surface. Your true light from within you has been ignited. And when light within you ignites, and the more you focus on it, it's the human body can only hold so much space, right? We are limited by the physical in many ways. So think of it this way. As you meditate, as you focus on what it is you want to release, right? Or you call in any type of light into your body, there's only so much space, okay? So that light's gonna start taking up space. Now, what about the rest of the stuff that's in there? The lower energies, right? It's not always lower. We have lots of joyful things. Right now, I want to talk about the harder stuff because not enough people talk about the harder stuff. And so as you bring in light, like I said, there's only so much space. So that light's going to expand, right? And your body is already full. We're full of lots of energies, right? We hold it within our organs, our chakras, our skin, our hair, our words, you know, we hold energy everywhere. We are energy in motion, emotion, energy in motion. So as this light comes in, it's going to expand, meaning it's going to start pushing anything that is not light out because the light wants the space. So as the light makes the space, the darker things come up to the surface. So as you are going through this, it can sometimes feel like you're actually getting worse, okay? But it's just because you're moving through it. You are going through the full intensity of what you are feeling so you can see the whole story. You can feel the whole feelings. You know, there may be something that comes up that is related to your best friend, okay? Maybe they cancel plans with you at the last minute. And all of a sudden you're wondering, well, why would they cancel? Do they not want to spend time with me? And it happens. It's not about... It's about seeing what's happening and realizing where it's coming from. You know, if someone cancels on you or if someone doesn't agree with you or acknowledge certain feelings, right? Different emotions come up. Well, am I not good enough? Do they not want to, you know, like we can come up with many stories. But the fact is, don't follow the stories. Follow them. Learn them, look at them with new eyes, right? That's what we're being given an opportunity to do. These have all been lessons. So you go back and ask yourself, well, where in my time, or maybe you'll know, maybe it'll bring up another memory of feeling abandoned by a partner from 10 years ago. Or, you know, my grandma, when I was younger, she pushed me off a swing, right? By accident, she was pushing me so hard, you know, and then there's a mistrust that comes in. And then finding and going back to that sometimes can be difficult. And sometimes we wonder, why does this even exist, right? Why would I be upset about this? But the thing is, there was a point you were upset about it. And once you have become upset about it, once it has become a reality, once you have created the thought and the emotion, it now exists. So now it's time to reconcile it. Reconciling it would be moving through it, asking yourself, well, is this truth? Do I believe this? Is this something I want to continue experiencing? You know, I'll give you a better example. Okay, we'll use a relationship because I know lots of people are currently, you're gonna find that people are moving out of your life or people are wondering what's going on with you. You know, you might get judgment like, why are you being so sensitive? You know, maybe you need to do this. You know, I heard many in my time. You should go to a counselor. You should do this, do this, do this. And, you know, yes, those things can be very beneficial and very helpful. However, for myself personally, and this is make up your own mind, sometimes they can take down the stories too long. Okay, they can, and there's nothing wrong with that. Take your time for each issue that comes up. Just don't follow the story. Follow it to know the truth, to see the truth and the reality of it, but don't become it. Don't say, well, it's been 2 weeks that I've been feeling like this or unable to do this, or I'm anxious, so now I'm just an anxious person. Maybe I have anxiety for the rest of my life. We're so quick to do that. We're so quick to do that. And we're so hard on ourselves. Be gentle. Okay? Be gentle. This is hard. This is painful. This can have moments where it's excruciating as you're going through these past things. And then when we get to, within the Ascension Symptoms, feeling out of your body, feeling, having these strange dreams where we don't always know where they come from. Sometimes even these emotions that we don't know where they come from, right? So right now our past lives are coming up. Lots of karmic ties that are from our past lives are coming up to be cleared, and karma isn't just do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's the simple part. Karma, for every action, there's a reaction. Okay, regardless, it doesn't matter. So karma works with every action, through every reaction. So as you move, and it's not about being punished for what you do. It's about learning that experience. So say in one lifetime you were rich and you thought really poorly of people who struggled. Okay, we all have judgment. This is just an example. Chances are in your next lifetime, you're going to come back and you're going to be one of those people who struggled. Why? Because you need to learn all sides. It's easy to look and to see and to judge from afar, but we don't know until we know. We don't know until we know. We can listen to what other people tell us. Yeah, we can all do that. We've done that our whole lives. Now it's time to take your power back, to decide what it is that you want to do with this life. It's more than just this lifetime. You've been here thousands. You've been warriors. You've been priests, priestesses, goddesses. You've been, you were the witches that were burned at the stake for bringing this information through. So we're purging lifetimes, not just from ourselves, from the collective, from the earth, from our ancestral lines, all timelines across all dimensions. All right? You exist in more than one dimension. Your higher self can be up to the highest dimension. It is. You can exist in the 12th. It goes higher. You can exist in the 12th as a giant galaxy, a giant seraphim angel. The higher you go in dimensions, the less form they have. This is just so you can understand. And as you move down and get to say the 5th dimension, 5th to 7th dimension, that's 7th would be the angelic realms. So you are existing here right now, incarnated as a human. However, your higher self is still connected to you. You are still connected to the full potential of all that you are. So you exist in the 12th dimension. You can exist in the 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd, all at the same time. All right? So as you heal here, so below, as above, so below, and vice versa. As within, so without. Within means going within because the access to these dimensions exists within your heart. It exists within you. The entire universe is within your heart. It's within your body. And accessing that means being out of the mind. The mind won't get you there. The mind won't understand. It can try to make up stories and ideas about it. We need the mind. But the real power is when you disconnect the mind and you come from the heart. And whenever I'm unsure where I'm going, I always ask myself, what's my intention? Okay? If I'm going to just do nothing today, is my intention to be lazy? No. My intention is to rest. All right? So change those thoughts that you say to yourself about why you're doing them. And when you do them and when you need a break, give yourself a break. Come on, give yourself a break, right? Okay, Heightened sensitivities to your surroundings, crowds, noises, foods, TV, other human voices, and various other stimulations are barely tolerable. Yeah. Sometimes being around just one person alone, it's like you feel like you're being electrically charged to a point that you're going to explode. And it's like, I need everybody away. I need to be alone. Trust that. Don't be hard on yourself. What's wrong with me? Why can't I be around people? Again, trust it. This is what I'm feeling. I need to just honor my feelings. Honor them. It's like laughing. You see something funny and you try to hold in a laugh. It makes it harder, right? Chances are you make the strangest noises and you end up laughing even harder than you were, right? It's the same thing with sadness. It wants to be expressed. Like hearing something funny and laughing is you expressing the emotion. When you are sad, when you cry, when you hold on to lost pain or, like lost love or whatever it is, right? That is you expressing it and it wants to be expressed. Emotion is energy in motion. Emotion. It moves. It doesn't stand still. It's constantly in action in your body. And with these symptoms and these energies coming up, you are amping up from, let's say in voltage, from 150 volts to 3,000 some days. So it's intense. It's intense. So be gentle. It's going somewhere. You don't always have to fix it. All right? There are days for action and then there are days for rest. And if you are ever unsure which one to do, rest. And the rest will come. Ego says to us, I will feel peace when everything falls into place. But spirit says, find peace and everything will fall into place. Your best answers come with a calm, clear, relaxed mind. Think about it. When you're anxious or when you're stressed out and you're trying to come up with solutions, you're just coming up with more questions. And sometimes multiple solutions, and then all of a sudden you don't know where to go because you're so confused because your mind has just gone in 500 directions. And then it's like, where am I all of a sudden? What just happened? And that's okay. Bring yourself back. When that happens, choose again. All right? I want to say it's easy. It's not always easy. I understand that. Choosing again when you're in a state that or a thought, all right? You're watching a movie. Oh, I'm being so lazy. Choose again. I am honoring myself. I am honoring my body, and I'm taking care of myself. Because as I do that, as I do this, and I integrate these energies, and they move through my body with the least amount of resistance, right? Resistance comes when we're trying to control. Flow, allow, be gentle, less judgment, reach out, look to see what other people may be doing to cope. For myself, baths, lots of baths, lots of meditation. I mean, there's times where I can do a meditation 10 times and I restart it, the beginning because my mind is just going crazy. It gets busy and then it's like a hamster, right? So for me, calming down and within stillness is your peace. So as crazy as everything outside of you can seem, right? Because of what you are feeling, you must remember that it's for something. It's not for nothing. And it's okay when those harder emotions come up and you don't want to deal with them. Or you're like, not today. All right? Trust yourself. Be gentle. Day by day. Moment by moment. If you find you're too much in the future, too much in the past, bring yourself back. Where am I right now? I am right here. Now. Now is all that exists. And yes, all these our past and everything has helped create us to this point. However, it does not need to define you in this moment. It can define you in the way that it builds you up. So you can look back and say, damn, I went through that. Damn, I went through that and I made it out. Wow. You know, remember what you've been through. Sometimes we can think like after it's passed, you know, it's like, okay, I did it. I went through that. But we forget the intensity. Within that intensity, it's intense. It is intense. You know, I've had days of crying, pain in my neck. You know, for years I had pain in my neck, in my back, all over. And for me, this started, I'd say 2013 is when I noticed a lot of these starting. So just make sure as you go through them, you're gentle. Always gentle. Because with flow comes the path of least resistance. And that is what you want, the least amount of resistance. So you can flow through this, so it can move out of your reality, so you can learn from it, right? And it can be gone, right? It'll leave you once you have learned what it's trying to teach you. So going within and taking a break, it's a balance. Flow, surrender, you know, routine, doing whatever it is you need to do, but balance. If you find that, you know, maybe you were, I don't know, doing stuff all day for everybody else, ask yourself, where's my balance? Where's the time for me? You know, and always remember, when these harder emotions come up, you can hold love at the same time. It's actually why you feel the harder emotions, right? So as those emotions come up, there may be moments where you feel, I don't want to say you feel sorry for yourself, but in a way you do. And it's not like, oh, woe is me. No, it's like, holy shit, this is intense. Give yourself that allowance to feel it. Because when you don't, and you say, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this, I shouldn't be feeling this, again, it's like the laughter. You see something funny, you're going to laugh. If you're experiencing something within your reality, go to it. Don't judge it. I mean, you can. It's just going to come back again and again and again until you see, like, what do I need to do within this? And sometimes you won't know the answers. And that, again, is okay. I promise you the answers come. It's day by day by day. Sometimes there's been days where it's 10 minutes at a time. I can do this for 10 more minutes. You know, saying to my guides, like, wow, you know, what is going on? This is intense. So hour by hour. If I need to take a nap and I feel like I've been sleeping too much, I ask myself, well, should I take a nap or should I push harder? You know, and that's different every day. It just depends on what you can handle. There's things to push through and there's things to pull back. All right. All right. Feeling out of body. You may feel as though someone is talking, but it is not you. So this I have experienced. It's almost like hearing an echo, or you wonder, am I real right now? Why do I feel so weird? And it's like, or you ask yourself, did I say that already? Or did I say that earlier? And then sometimes it's like, what time is it? You know, it can be confusing. It can be, like I said, I was talking to my son and it was like 5 minutes later and I had really no idea what we were even talking about. Yet somehow I was holding the conversation. It was like I was in two places, maybe 5 or 10 at once. You know, and along with that came the energy. So when that's your third eye activating, right? That's your third eye. Your third eye can perceive what your physical eyes cannot. So even if you can't see it, doesn't mean it's not always happening, right? This is why guarding your energy, guarding yourself, protecting yourself, especially from any kind of energies outside of you that seek to come in to lower your vibration. Raise that vibration. You can be anxious and still have a high vibration. All right? You can be sad and still have a high vibration. It's the reason a lot of times the sadness is coming up is because you've raised your vibration, and now that lower frequency does not want to exist. It can't. So it's going to vibrate so hard, so uncomfortably, that you see what it is and say, I choose to leave that behind. I choose to go through maybe the grief of a pet or a loved one, or even yourself especially. I used to be able to do this. I used to be able to handle so much more. I used to be able to clean the whole house and take care of everybody. Okay, yeah, you used to be, but is that actually what you wanted to be? Right? Were you fulfilled? Did you feel great? Yes, some things, yes, I'm sure. But now it's coming to the point where we have to see that it's not about others. It is, but it's about us first. And you are so much more powerful when you help yourself first. When you ground and you see and feel peace, you naturally emit it. It just becomes part of your vibration around you. And when people come around you, they're like, ooh, how are you? Or, you'll stand out to people. And it's not you physically, it's your energy. And it's your light igniting their light. And something within them doesn't know exactly what it is that they're being drawn to. But it's actually their light sending off signals to their mind in ways that they will take it and understand it and apply it. Hence why there's certain people we can be attracted to even when you're checking out at the store. For me, I'm always talking to people and thanking them for what they're doing, especially with all the COVID stuff, right? I mentioned this before. There are many people who believe in COVID, who are terrified, and they're showing up anyways, okay? So as much as, yes, we want to see and we want to shape them out of the reality, and we want to say, you should know this or you should know that. Again, your light will be the most powerful thing, not your words. Not your words. The power of your light is astronomical. Like, you are a titan, you are a god, you are a goddess. You're a star walker, a shapeshifter. You're not just of this time. You are galactic, right? And here on planet Earth, many people have been enslaved and put into very heavy experiences, horrifying experiences, actually. Horrifying, right? The things that we are learning, the things that we are uncovering, even before we learned of all this stuff, there was many things on this earth that are horrifying, right? That's why we came. A galactic call was put out to universes for volunteers to help humankind. And many answered. Many answered, and they came with pure love and pure devotion. However, there was only a certain amount that were chosen because they could withstand this process. They could withstand and understand and have a drive within them to know this stuff, to learn it, to become it, to question it. That questioning part of you has always existed because you came with that. You came to revolutionize everything, right? This is a reckoning, right? This is justice. We come with justice, but we come with love. We come with justice for the lost, for the broken. We heard the cries, right? So when this galactic call went out, many answered, and only the strongest are here. Only the strongest are here. Remember that. Whenever you wonder what it's all for, and that's okay when that comes up too. Sometimes I still have my days. Trust me, it's a process. It's always happening. And yes, it can be heavy, but it can be very exciting at the same time. So it's a matter of allowing your emotions, challenging them when you can, and at other times just being completely out of the mind. Stop trying to figure everything out. Sometimes the more you try to figure things out, the crazier it can get. When it's exciting to learn, when it's exciting to be like, oh, I want to know about this, then do it. Then do it. Don't force yourself to do it, because then you might find you're resentful after for doing it. Because who wants to do a whole bunch of research on certain things when you're anxious or sad, right? Trust the emotions, move through them. There's some that can be let go, and there's some that will always stay. We are emotional beings, right? It's our power. Your emotions are your power. They are not your weakness. Remember that. They may feel like a weakness, I know. But the thing is, they just may feel like that. That's not reality. However, it is fueling and pushing you towards the actual reality. Because as it's coming up, it's basically saying like, I want to get this out of me. I want this grief or this maybe abandonment, maybe guilt, right? Guilt, doubt, these things come up. They come up because your light is saying, get the fuck out, right? But yet sometimes we can make up all these stories about why they're coming up. It's because I didn't do this, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing this. Human beings, be still, just be. It's not about doing. Human beings, not human doings. Time for action, time for rest. With the heavy symptoms, rest. The other day, I haven't worked out in so long, and it was so intense, and watching TV, painting, it didn't matter what I did. Everything just felt almost pointless, you know, and I understand those days now, but that doesn't make them any less heavy to go through. They're heavy. You can go through them many times and they're still heavy. So what I did, I heard, try something new. Put on YouTube, on my phone, put on a workout, and I just started working out. You know, I did like a butt exercise, and then I did a core, and then I did my arms, you know, and I was dripping sweat. I'm out of shape, but that's okay. You know, I noticed after so much intensity was like, okay, it's gone, you know? So sometimes pushing, you know, doing something like exercise, walking is a really good one for anxiety. It's because that energy, it's a constant source coming up, anxiety, right? Sometimes it's constant. And the more it builds up, the more intense it can get. Walk. As you walk, picture each time your foot hits the ground, anxiety going to Mother Earth. Release often, because you aren't just feeling your stuff, you're feeling the collective. Because you're here to help the collective, right? Remember, it's about self, but it's for also the entire human collective. So I will often say, when I'm feeling these more intense emotions, I will invoke the violet flame. I've posted about the violet flame on my page and other flames as well. The violet flame, if you choose to, if you feel it resonates with you, call on it often. Call on it often. It is there, it is around you, it is limitless. And there is millions of violet fire angels right now at this moment, that are willing to come down and help you, to help the earth, to help the collective, to help the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. No one is exempt from this. The entire world is shifting. Insects, animals, plants, people, everybody's feeling it. Everybody is carrying this frequency of ascension. You know, this new consciousness is bringing in new information, new light. But with more light, right, we see more darkness because the light illuminates. So remember, in the days that you feel like it may be getting worse, It's not getting worse. It's already been worse. This is the clearing process, right? This is the purging, the purification of these. All right, so, okay, yeah, you don't feel like doing anything. It's another ascension symptom. You are in a rest period. Trust that and rest. So intolerance for lower vibrational things. So conversations, attitudes, beliefs, confined, you're getting easily annoyed, easily angered. Again, if you find that your outer world is affecting you too much, or you feel like it's consuming you, go within. Your power is within silence. And it sounds unproductive at times, and sometimes it can feel unproductive when you're just gonna sit your ass down and do something, right? Without physically seeing anything being done. But I'm telling you, it's powerful. The moment you can silence that mind, picture your heart enlarging, follow guided meditations, right? Call on your higher self every day, every hour, every time you can think of it. This is you. This is you. This is you in full form. In this form, you can only hold a certain amount of your full true potential, right? Because the human body has limits. You as the soul, the person driving this vehicle, this body vehicle, right? You are limitless. And you are limitless in creating your reality. Limitless. All right? So the higher self, your higher self, you will be your greatest connection you will ever make. You're always connected. Just many aren't aware that they're always connected. And the biggest thing to cut you or to make you feel not connected is the belief that you're not connected. You are always connected. If you weren't always connected, you wouldn't be breathing and talking and walking. As long as you are alive and moving in this physical body, you are connected. You have no choice. Really. You don't have to acknowledge it. That's fine too. But the more you do, the only thing you tap into is your own personal power. Because in fact, it's you. Okay? Anxiety and panic. Well, we kind of talked about anxiety and panic, but wow. Tea, chamomile tea, warm baths. Again, funny movies. Yes, lots of people talk about TV and mind control and all this stuff. The fact of the matter is, and this is going to be different for everybody. For me, I still enjoy certain shows, certain movies. I don't watch TV as much as I used to, but is it a great way for me to disconnect sometimes and to just let go of all these different thoughts? Yes, for me it is. When I'm really, really anxious or having anxious moments, I will watch a movie that's funny. I will watch a show that I know I enjoy, and then I won't feel bad about it, right? Again, it's not about you must do this and this and this and this and this and this and this or else. No. Do what you need to do, what you want to do, and what you enjoy. Because when you are doing what you enjoy, you are creating a very high frequency without even realizing it. And the higher your frequency, the higher frequencies are able to come in. So you can be anxious and laugh at the same time. You can hold both, the light and the dark. The power of your transmuting abilities actually lies within you holding the light and the dark at the same time. Hold them both. When you're feeling sad, be sad, but bring in self-love for yourself. If you saw someone else feeling sad, would you be harsh or would your heart open? Now open your heart for yourself. Often. The violet flame. Research it. It is powerful. It is astronomically powerful. All right. let's see, night sweats and hot flashes. Woo! That is the fire. I have been feeling a lot of fire, lots of intensity, lots of heat, and then I go from being super, super hot to freezing. So cold that I'm sometimes finding I'm taking 2 or 3 baths a day just to warm myself up. You know, intense from one to the other, one to the other. Again, this is your body integrating as well as the fire, your own light, your own fire, your secret fire. Burning parts of you away that no longer serve your highest good. So again, trust them. For me, they started in 2017, and they were so intense that I went to my doctors and I was actually diagnosed with premenopause, basically, and they put me on a whole bunch of hormones, and that was a nightmare. But that's how bad it was, and it lasted for years. And now it comes back in intervals. You know, so again, lots of water. Your plans suddenly change. You know, find that you're having a hard time making decisions, or you make a decision and you're like, oh no, should I have done that? You know, it's uncertainty. And that's because, again, the mind is losing a lot of its grip. So the things that the mind could once analyze, take apart, compartmentalize, all of a sudden that ability to do that is no longer there. So then we're just like, how did I ever do this? How did I ever cope? You did, and you are, and I promise you'll get through this. Let's see. Food has been strange. I find some food is very strong tasting, so my diet's kind of changing all over the place. And again, trust yourself. Trust yourself. If your body's craving something and you're hungry, eat it. If you haven't eaten all day and you can see that you haven't eaten all day and that you feel like you should, eat a banana. Eat one piece of toast. Whatever you can, right? You do it little by little. There's no right or wrong. There's no great amount or bad amount, right? It's about going with your process, trusting yourself. Not what everybody else is telling you to do. What may work for me may not work for 1 million other people, but may work for 500, right? There's not just one way, there's many. And that's why there's many of us, because we all come with our own unique abilities. And we all come with our own unique ideas. And they are power. Remember that. So, we'll take a look through here. Thanks everybody that's still here. I know I've been talking for quite some time. I really didn't know what I was going to specifically talk about when I came on, but I did want to come live and address specifically Ascension Symptoms. So, all right, I know there's many more. Doubt. Let's address doubt really quick. Doubt. Doubt will be, you will have days where it feels rampant and heavy. And that's okay, right? No one's ever fully taught anybody how to continually pull yourself out of doubt. We get into doubt and sometimes it instantly becomes our story, right? I can't do this. I've been anxious my whole life. What makes you believe it's gonna shift now, right? We take these ideas and we take the days, our now moments, our past now moments, and we add them all up and we put ourselves inside of this box. Open that box. Break that box open, right? You were limitless. Limitless. Right. Go with the flow. Trust yourself. Be gentle. Watch that funny TV show. Go visit your friend. Go for a walk. If you feel like sleeping all day, sleep all day. But whatever you choose to do, choose it with everything you have. And when it doesn't feel right, choose again. Your now moment is every moment that is happening right now. No now moment will ever be the same. So when you find that you're going back in the past, sometimes we got to go back to recollect. It's like soul retrievals, right? When you heal and you go do inner child meditations, right? And you go back and you see yourself and you can still sense that pain within you. That means that pain still exists within you. All right? And as you go and you do an inner child meditation, you sit with your inner child. You know, the little you that was innocent, that was pure, that came in to a harsh, dense reality. You know, many people felt trauma just from entering into this lifetime. From the moment of birth, it was very traumatic for many. And our body remembers that. So as you go back and you do your inner child meditations and you sit with your inner child, you start to heal those parts of you that you didn't even realize were still affecting you. And as you do that, chains break. You go back and you collect a little piece of your soul and your light and you put it back. When you heal from past relationships, you know, past pains, past letdowns, every time you go back and you feel and you allow emotions to come out, you acknowledge them, you say, I can see what this is doing, what this is teaching me. I can see the different path I want to take, so I'm going to choose that now. And it's gentle. You go gently. You know, and if that feels wrong, choose again. You can never make the wrong choice, right? We often think, and we can get caught up in the fact that we think we're making all the wrong choices. Or that, you know, I haven't been able to do anything right to this day regarding my depression or anxiety or this or that. And then all of a sudden we just think, well, I just have to live with it, right? You give away your power. You are limitless. Limitless. So I don't know if there's much else that I want to discuss. I know, I'm just going to check the chat really quick. Thank you everybody for watching, and yeah, if you just tuned in, please go back and watch it again. Again, I don't come live to tell anybody what to do. Everybody has free will. Find your way, right? And walk it. And if you're unsure, find 20 ways and try them. If those don't work, keep going. Something will work. So when I come on here, it's not about telling anybody what to do. I come on here to share my experiences because I've been through it. I'm still going through it. You know, it has been a journey and there's no set time. Some people have been on this journey for 20, 30 years, some 6 months. You are not less than if you just woke up, and you are not more than if you've been awake longer. It's not quantifiable. It's not measurable. Okay? Awakening's not measurable. All right? For each person, it's going to look different because every person has their own perceptions, has their own lives, their own past lives, right? We all have our stories. So when I come on here, please know there are many other ways, right? Many, many, many ways to the truth. My word is not the end all, you know, not even close. I have so much information to still learn. Stuff I don't even know, right? Like, we are interdimensional, galactic, powerful, cosmic beings. If you could see the things that you were capable of, you would blow your own mind, right? I think it was C.S. Lewis who said, I might brutally rephrase this, but he says, It's a very sad world that we live in when the gods and goddesses who embody this planet don't see their true reality, their truth. You are gods, titans, starwalkers. Yes, we can feel limited by this 3D body, but in reality, you are not limitless. You are limitless. There are no limits. There are no limits to your existence. I love you all. I hope some of this helped. It's, again, I come on and I share my experiences as best as I can because, again, I've been there, right? I come with no demands. I come with love. I come with an open heart. And I come with a lot of vulnerability. And that's okay. It's all growth. So love and light to you all. If there's anything that you guys really feel you want more information on, or you feel would be a really good topic, send me a message. Write it on my wall. I don't care. Reach out. Get in touch, because that's what we're here for. You know, chances are if you're struggling with it, there are many others, right? So you're not alone. And if I have knowledge on it or I've walked it, I will share it. And I will share it openly. Without restraint, because I know what it's like, guys. I promise you, and gals, gods and goddesses, I know what it's like. It can feel terrifying, scary, overwhelming, exhausting. You feel sometimes insane, right? Reach out. Love and light to you all. Spread love. Send it. Even if you're not going to say anything, imagine it. Surround the world. Picture the world. Whether you believe it's round or flat, it doesn't matter. The earth plane is the earth plane. Surround it and all its inhabitants. The plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. This is why we are here. Surround it with your love. Because love becomes a force, and it's not just your love. When you surround and you open your heart, you are connecting to the millions of starseeds that are doing the same. So 10 do it, then 20, then 30. Next thing you know, 100,000, 200,000, then we have millions. And when we have millions and we all agree, the ascension, the shift is smoother. It comes with more love and more flow. We were sent ahead of time to pave the way. This was not for nothing. Love you all. Thank you for everyone who stayed the whole time, and everyone who's going to watch this after, and everyone who couldn't stay the whole time. I love you all. Thank you, and enjoy your day. Reach out. There are many, many, many people that have open hearts right now and open arms. Okay? You guys rock. Don't forget that. You are rock stars. You are badass. You are warriors, right? You got this. You got a whole team of like cheerleaders, right? Your soul family that are saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. It's going to be worth it. Sometimes it's hard to see the big picture, but trust. Trust it's there. A part of you has always trusted it. The doubt can make us kind of not trust it. Trust the trust you have in yourself. Love you guys. Love and light. So much love. I know how heavy it can be. So sending everybody love. Unlimited, unconditional love. Keep shining, keep loving. You guys all rock. I hope you guys have a really good day. Thank you. Bye, everybody.